In many ways, Hurricane Irma brought out the best of us, from neighbor helping neighbor to complete strangers, in some cases lending a hand. Now, in many ways, Hurricane Irma is bringing out the worst in a few of us. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick is here to warn you of what you should be looking for.
Alan, it's still a little bit early to know what scams are happening post-Irma, but law enforcement expects similar crimes that happened in Houston after Hurricane Harvey to happen here. So they're warning you to keep an eye out for scammers.
Hurricane Irma has come and gone, but more disaster could follow for those already victims of the storm. The culprits? Scammers, taking advantage of those who are most vulnerable post-Irma.
Somebody was impersonating Florida Power and Light, and they said they needed to go into somebody's house to get the person's power turned on, and basically what they were doing is they were taking all of their jewelry. Florida Power and Light will never ever need to come into your home.
Criminals are also impersonating organizations like FEMA and local water companies, even nonprofits claiming to be raising money for disaster relief.
What you're going to see is just random kind of emails with names that aren't real specific, programs that aren't really specific, very non-specific about where the money is going to go to. But it's such an emotionally charged issue that people grab onto it and they want to believe in the good in what people are doing, that they fall prey to it, and it's really unfortunate.
Of course, the most common scams following natural disasters like Irma are illegitimate, unlicensed contractors approaching you, offering their services.
Basically, they would come to your door and say, hey, I see you have a tree down, let me help you with that. You know, give me money up front, I'll take care of the tree, I'll be back later. And next thing you know, you've given them money and they've left and they haven't done any work.
But it's easy to tell who's a fraud and who isn't.
You're going to want to ask them for a copy of their state license. They'll have an identification card. You're also going to want to get a copy of their general liability, their workers' compensation.
Contractors who aren't licensed usually aren't insured, which means they could end up costing you extra thousands of dollars.
So you do not want to let someone on your home, on your roof, or doing work at your home if they're uninsured. That simple $1,000 repair bill can turn into thousands of dollars if they get hurt at your home.
If you visit myfloridalicense.com, you can check the legitimacy of the contractor you hire and see if they're legally licensed.
You never want to pay a contractor ahead of time, in cash especially. If that contractor says they need money to buy supplies, then what you should do is say, give me the list of the supplies you need. Go out and buy them yourself and say, the supplies are at my house, you're welcome to come.
The Better Business Bureau of West Florida also has a list of ratings for local companies.
We rate companies from A+ through an F based on information that's submitted to the Better Business Bureaus from consumers and people in the community. So if it's a company that's not responsive to their complaints, if they're unlicensed and we know about it, if they're doing bad business practices, then that's going to be alerted in their business review.
You can also call either Sarasota or Manatee counties to check if a contractor is licensed. Here are the numbers you need. Sarasota County, 861-5000, and Manatee County's number, 748-4501, extension 3800. The state government is cracking down on these scammers post-Irma, increasing the penalty if they're caught.
Governor Scott issued a declaration, an emergency declaration. Under that declaration, anybody caught doing unlicensed work is immediately charged with a third-degree felony. So that is moved up from a normal misdemeanor.
Local law enforcement is also taking the crime very seriously.
If you see something, if it doesn't seem right, if it doesn't seem right, if it doesn't feel right, and you think you're being a victim of some kind of a scam, go ahead and call us.
The number for Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is 316-1201. Manatee County Sheriff's Office, 747-3011.
As much as you want to move forward and get everything fixed, if you don't get it fixed right, you're going to have problems for years from now. If your roof's not done correctly, it'll start to leak 2 or 3 years from now. Or if the electric's not done correctly, you're going to have a fire. So you want to make sure you're dealing with competent people.
Now, it's likely that specific scammers will emerge the further we get into recovery post-Hurricane Irma. Now, we will continue to warn our viewers about those specific individuals and companies as they're caught.
Jess, thank you.